Court preparation, pre-trial prep. Okay. Once this class trial that Monokuma mentioned, can Makoto sweep away the cloud of suspicion surrounding him? Even with a dead body laying in his bathroom? That's one way to put it. And what about the blackened? Who's actually responsible for Sayaka's death? Okay. Just a brief summarization, I suppose. I guess if you took a break. Alright, I guess I can look at all the stuff. I don't see that. I guess I could take a glance over to see what I have. Monokuma files, struggle, replica sword, sword sheath. Actually, yeah, that is actually an unexplained question. If the killer grabbed the knife and was using it to murder Sayaka, why was the sword damaged? Because why would... Oh, right, because of defense. Where was she in the room? There's a lot of... Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter. Toolkit, the cleanliness, her wrist, got smacked... Oh, right, yeah, because she got smacked with the sword. That's why I was confused. So then that would mean that the killer used the replica sword. That'll make no dang sense. The door frame knob, the nameplates, this thing, always account, trash duty, incinerator, burnt sheets, alright. And skills? Don't I have melodious voice? Isn't that a skill I learned at some point? Oh, yeah, I did. Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. I have no idea what any of that means, but okay, I'll equip that. I'm sure it'll come in handy at some point once I do know what's going on. Alright, yeah, I guess I'm pretty good.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
As has been stated before.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
You know, if the evidence wasn't so strongly supporting the fact that it really was Leon who did it, I wouldn't believe you.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Yeah, that'll work.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
That would be stupid.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick?
Do we have a choice?
What's
Yeah.
going on with those pictures?
A morbid reminder of things that have taken place, I would assume?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Yeah, gotcha. You're a freak.
Friendship penetrates...
Okay, just skipping that.
What about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Yeah, even number.
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
That sounds suspicious, but okay.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yeah, I'd kind of like to know what I'm doing. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions, so yeah, Phoenix Wright style, gotcha. Buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Okay, so use one of the things that I have as a means to proving a contradiction. Okay. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the WASD keys to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you ran out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Yeah. Good luck solving a murder case, boy howdy. Alright, so what are we doing here? Oh, evidence of a struggle. Oh, okay, so I have to find...
assert that the one who was murdered
Gotcha.
was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, you know that part already.
Shoot the contradictory statement.
Murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom.
Gross.
She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No! Lies! Lies and slant! No! Did I miss? Something's off about what she just said, because if Sayaka hadn't resisted all there... Oh, I guess I missed. Dang it! Okay, for the first debate, we'd like to take a quick sidebar. If you're unable to spot and refute someone's lies or contradictions, the argument will repeat. Within a group of statements, some words appear in a different color. Did you happen to notice? That represents a potential hole in a person's statement, a possible weak spot. These weak spots reveal important, though not always inaccurate, sections of a personal statement. Okay, so I'm paying attention to the differently colored stuff. So when you see one come up, take aim and fire, but only if you're sure it's actually wrong. Also, you can fast forward an argument by pressing down the control key. Gotcha. Okay. I gotcha.
Assert that the one who was
Okay, so they...
was
Go ahead.
Miss Sayaka and the murder took
In the bathroom. So it seems the killer must have taken her
Okay,
by
I got this,
surprise
this.
because she didn't
Don't
even
go
have-
spreading your lies! Alright, gotcha. There was a struggle. A very noticeable one.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Even though you never went in there, so I guess you would have no reason of knowing.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Oh, really? I thought it was between the clown and the deputy marshal.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
Nope.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide.
Yeah, that pretty much sounds about right.
The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Don't be an ass clown, Byakukuya.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
'Twas a knife. But I guess the replica sword also helped. What did he do? Did Leon go in there, grab it, and decide, I'm gonna start double wielding? Like, I don't understand the logic there.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Almost as if it actually is. We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Okay, it was a knife, and I guess the sword helped. Okay, kitchen knife set. Gotcha. Alright, I got this.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had?
It's not some random knife they had on him, it was a knife! The kitchen! With the words! I hope that was accurate.
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Maybe that's why this is called Trigger Happy Havoc. You kind of just see something and you go, yeah, click it! I probably don't want to do that. They're going to start throwing not false things around in there.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
A kitchen knife.
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Back me up, Ice Cream Girl!
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Ow!
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
What, we didn't take it out?
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Are there other kinds of knives? I mean, I guess a machete. Would a sword count as a knife? I feel like those are two different things.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
You're deflecting blame! You scoundrel!
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Stop having a face.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Thank you. You're helping me out a lot, and I don't know how to interpret that.
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
Oh yeah, you did it.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
If I keep yelling random statements at other random statements, I'm sure we'll figure out something.
You really believe that?
Well, it has to. I didn't do it! Ultimate Detective, calling it right here, right now. she's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well that I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? No, please, keep the information away from me. You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone else is saying. Ah, okay. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if the focus gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest, no need to rush. Well then, good luck. Okay. Alright, we'll see if it's necessary, though. Alright, what's up, what's up, what's up? Ah, here we go. This'll help. Alright, what am I aiming for?
I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? You did it in secret. When nobody was
No, because Hina was in there!
No, that's wrong.
She can back me up. Come on, be a bro. Remember when we talked about how you get naked?
Wait, hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
We bonded. You gotta help me.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
I don't have to say it. It was implied from the previous statement. Get with the program, you weirdo.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Yeah. Help me.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Help. All the knives were there. But then, when she went back, the knife was gone. So it disappeared while you were there, which means you didn't see Makoto do it.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Unless you're a liar, in which case, whoa, that would be a problem.
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
We need more definitive answers!
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Huzzah!
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this?
Alright, I'm listening.
What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Alright, first and foremost, I would just like to point out, you were the last person in this room who should be making judgments due to intelligence to anybody else. I'm just throwing that out there because you've proven to be nothing more than a complete and total sociopathic jerkwad to everybody in the vicinity. Sorry. Really don't like her. I don't... Wow. Okay, sorry. The things she says are really rude. Secondly, that's a fair enough point.
Idiot swimmer girl?
Okay, at least she took offense to that.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
It's true enough. We don't know each other. What kind of benefit would there be?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
That is a really good question.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
Huh. So the one who actually committed the act. It kind of leaves the accomplice high and dry, don't it? Especially consider, yeah, the accomplice would be completely doomed. There'd be no way to get out. Because then they would, everyone except the blackened. Brain, whatever.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Thank you!
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
And I guess we'll just take you at face value there.
Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Bazam!
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
I assume the killer.
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
I mean, yeah, okay. I have so much evidence and things I want to say and accusations I want to throw at Leon, but I have to wait until I get there.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
Yes!
I can.
Okay, or she can. That works too.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
Okay, well that would have been useful information. I would have had a double alibi.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
Rude.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
I guess.
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
Don't be a butt. She's getting to it.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Oh.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
Fair enough. There you go. Booyah.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
No, it does not. You just have to be asleep in a dorm. You don't have to be in your assigned one.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room.
Plus, having Sakura with you is probably the safest thing you could ever possibly do.
So, I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
I don't have an answer to that.
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Okay, okay, the game did it for me. I'm gonna brush that by.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Leon.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
And suddenly more information comes to light.
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Who?
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Because I don't know.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Wait, but Junko? Someone who's not here. Are you talking about?
Sayaka.
Oh.
She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Huh. She took the knife? Oh, hello. Okay, so let's go off the assumption that she is the one who got the knife. Then that would mean she'd have it in the room with her. And that would explain... So wait, then Leon went in without a weapon? And I guess he used the sword to defend himself. Oh! Oh! I just realized it. Yeah! Well then again, if Leon... Okay, because I remember, hang on. I mean, Sayaka was clearly unhinged, so it's possible that maybe she tried to kill Leon? And Leon protected himself and then killed her in retaliation? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I honestly expected her to be the first killer. It's like the game was like putting giant neon signs around her saying it. That would make sense. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka. We've been there. We've got this.
Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
Interesting.
That's the only possibility.
Yeah, pretty much.
And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
Was she acting at all kind of stabby?
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
That's classic stabby behavior.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm
sure she just took it for self-defense.
I mean, it's possible. Either way, but yeah. No, I think my idea holds water. Because I don't know why Leon would go to her room unless she asked him to? Point is, her hand's all busted up and covered in glitter, which means the fake sword hit it. Which would have made sense if she was holding a knife and he had no weapon, yeah, he'd grab the sword and straight up smack-a-dack it and like make her drop the knife. Which is how her wrist would have gotten broken. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her and she was killed with it?
I mean, yeah.
In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
Oh my god. Technicalities.
See? He did do it after all.
Why are you blushing when you say stuff like that, you weirdo?
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction?
My goodness, you people are quick to snap judgments.
You possess a most terrifying talent.
And you possess a most terrifying waistline. What's your real? Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say?
Am I off base by saying that you know exactly how everything went down? And you're just kind of withholding the informations and making me do it? I'm immensely confused as to why that's the case. Why are you doing that?
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Are you talking about the bathroom door?
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, there's a whole lot of evidence to support it. There was a whole... Yeah, that whole spiel.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
Oh, the hair thing?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Okay. Say what now? As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to an incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim, press the left to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0 or if you run out of time, you fail. Okay. Something that should have been at the scene but wasn't. If we can figure out what that something is... I mean, she made the whole hoopla about the hair, right? 4-letter word. Yeah, okay, hair. I guess I need to do it in order. Can I get an A? Yes, I can. Oh, there we go. All right. And, that good? We good?
Now I understand.
All right, then. There we go. That seems superfluous, but all right. I could have just said that.
There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
I mean, yeah.
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room?
Oh! Okay, yeah, that does make sense. I was trying to realize, I was like, how does this... Like, I understood the point, but I didn't see how it proved Makoto's innocence. Yeah, otherwise the only hair that would have been in there was his and hers. Then why would you have cleaned it up?
It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
Ah, okay. I didn't catch that.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
No.
That makes sense, does it not?
I don't think so, no.
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair. Unless
you're implying that, like, killed her in one room and then threw her in a different room. That'd be weird.
Yes, very true, very true.
Stop acting like you have any idea what's going on.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
You tell me, dude. You did it.
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Then that means...
that I'm innocent.
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Huzzah!
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Adoy!
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Yes!
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
The door thing, right? Because I got enough to go off for that.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Okay.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom.
You can tell, because he had to break into it.
There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Right. The damaged doorknob. Oh, this is where the toolkit stuff comes in. We just have to look for the one who doesn't have a toolkit. The killer, or the one who has an open one. The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it, it is the object the killer broke, which would have been doorknob.
I got it!
Booyah! I gotcha.
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
I am.
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob to the door that leads to the bathroom. What other thing could I possibly be talking about?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
Yo! I don't know why you're helping me, but I'm really glad that you are.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
Why is she still making that face? Stop
But if
that.
the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
Yeah. I had no reason to break
You
it.
still don't see? Okay then.
Oh my goodness. Seriously, this trial is the most Leon has spoken up to this entire point. Like every single, he's like trying to make sure nothing acts, like he's just trying, just go for him. It was him, he did it, he done did it.
Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Sure, why not? From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. Gotcha. But no matter how many weak spots there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all the weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now, this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well, then, good luck and have fun. Whew. Okay. So, what exactly is my truth bullet here? That'll help. Okay, the door frame, right. Okay, so I just have to shoot the right one.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Finger off the trigger.
She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door.
No, because of the thing.
Sayaka had locked it.
That too.
And finally,
Wait, what?
the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
Did I miss or what?
To finish the job.
I screwed up on the first one.
With the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
Dang it. Okay, I gotta get better at this aiming thing. The targeting reticule is like all loosey-goosey all over the place. Okay, there's a different reason entirely. Okay, speed it up.
Sayaka was first, she then fled into the...
Then the killer ran and they got into the bath. At that point,
The killer had it because Sayaka had locked it.
No! There, okay. I did miss. I thought it was like it went through it. Like, no, that's not right. Ugh. Way to confuse
The
me.
reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked.
Because why would it have when the boys' bathrooms don't have locks?
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it's broken.
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, you'd have no way of absolutely knowing this, but let me lay some truth down on you.
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right.
I guess everyone is just kind of stuck with the last pose they had until they need a new one. That might be why they're still doing that.
Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door... That's not lucky at all!
And also completely inconsequential to this entire court trial. Please shut up.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place?
Because they thought it was Sayaka's room because the door thingies got switched.
Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Unless they're stupid.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was... that it took place in his room. Yeah.
The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
Easy references, too easy. Moving on.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Abu yaka shakalaka.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Mm-hmm. It all stands to good reason.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Are we finally in the clear here? We have enough reasons to believe that it wasn't Makoto?
That is a definite possibility.
Good enough!
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Which would have literally been everybody except for the, Makoto and Sayaka.
And Makoto couldn't have done it.
Even you come to this conclusion! Alright, so I'm in the clear. Thank goodness. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
Then who did do it?
It was Leon!
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
I don't like that idea.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem. Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Yay!
Oh, you...
Don't be an ass clown!
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Man, why are people so mean to her?
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
I guess just her. Still, what the hell, man?
Oh yeah. Okay, so...
Yeah, that's two people. So what's the question?
Well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Right! Yeah, it was locked. Okay, so I guess if my theory about Sayaka trying to kill Leon is true, then yeah, she would have had to have opened it to let him in so that she could attempt to do it.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
He shimmied down the drain pipe!
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
Nope.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
And as we all know, if things are too convenient, it can't possibly be true.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative. If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Which, I'm not entirely sure if that's actually possible. I mean, if the door lock involves a key, then it should still be pickable. I mean, difficult perhaps, yes, but it should still be doable. But I'm just, it helps my case to think that they're just unpickable, so let's roll with that.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
My God, you're actually kind of contributing.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Shut up.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because because we switched rooms. That was the whole reason, right?
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Ta-da! No matter who it is, don't open the stinking door. Unless, I guess, you're also attempting to murder somebody. And I would definitely buy that you are unhinged enough to really try to pull that off.
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Oh my God, I think I was right.
Huh?
Holy crap!
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
to create a better, I don't know, alibi?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Absolutely not. It's very, very possible. Oh, hello. There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Sayaka. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
Wait, you mean the notepad? Woman, I looked at that notepad and it didn't seem relevant. Dang it, Makoto.
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows.
It's pretty awesome, yeah.
When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
If they wrote it down heavily enough. If they're a light writer, then it wouldn't work, but yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Ew.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Hells yeah.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Okay, so it would have been physically impossible for me to be able to find that clue because you took it. Man, why you gotta be that way?
Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Okay, so yeah. Sayaka was definitely going out for the kill. But why Leon?
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
And it signed her name, so...
So, Makoto, did you write this?
Nah.
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
I mean, I would kind of hope, otherwise how would they know what room it came from? Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
Because she was clearly creepily unhinged. Probably wanted you to be an accomplice or something.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
Because it's like she was always going, I need you to promise that you'll always be my side and always help me out and stuff of that nature. Really could have, she very easily could have turned that into a dark shade and just sort of, changed it around so it's like, okay, so I killed someone and I need you to cover up for me. I mean, that seems like a possibility.
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
God, you're creepy.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Because that's really something we're concerned about right now.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
And that would be why.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yes, that's why she asked.
Very well then. Pay attention.
If I must. Making arguments. Alright. The dorm nameplates. Alright. What you talking about, lady?
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Eh?
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was...
No!
No, that's wrong.
Don't you be spreading your lies and slander all up in this place! Get your contradiction out of here.
Nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
For reasons I'm not entirely certain of why, but it still is a thing.
They got switched?
Yeah!
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
Man, Mondo is very upset about this.
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
It even had the neat little pixel art thingy there.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
That is basically the long and short of it, yes.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Pretty much.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
I honestly can't even think of a legitimate reason why that would be possible, unless he was... No, I actually legitimate that there would be... If he was the culprit, there would be no reason to ever do that.
right.
Okay, then who did it?
Well, it wasn't Makoto, and the killer certainly didn't do it, otherwise, because then they wouldn't have been confused. So then, yeah, I guess it was Sayaka.
I got it!
Yeah, she was clear. I guess I was right.
Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Yeah, I guess she really was trying to kill somebody. Wow, that's messed up.
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
Yeah, what with the whole make sure you got the right room.
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm not sure why involve Makoto into the equation at all. Why not just do the whole thing and, I guess... Oh, maybe she planned on killing Leon and then re-switching them around, and then at the end of the day, it would have looked like Leon died in Makoto's room. Wait, so she was framing Makoto?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
Whoa, wait! Seriously?
What?
So she was playing the bad card game the entire time!
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
Holy crap!
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
Or rather, they came in and she attacked them.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
Uh-huh.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Rude way of putting it, but true.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
Indeed.
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Stands to reason.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Yeah, and I think I have a pretty good idea.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Considering it was on the floor, not in its sheath, covered in scratches. I mean, yeah, I mean it's possible.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Yeah.
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
What with the glittery thing on her wrist?
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The glittery stuff! Why nobody know about the glittery stuff? The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with a fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. I guess I just have to show, like, the thing of her wrist. Yeah, it's all covered in the golden stuff.
I got it! All you have
It's
to
Cheeto
do is
dust!
a good look
Sister
at her
Cheetah!
broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
24 karat!
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword.
The very poorly made replica sword, apparently.
You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
she got thwacked with it!
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Hey, there you go. You jumped to a conclusion that was correct. Good on ya.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room and what led to Sayaka's death. That's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. How much more is there to learn? Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder. Okay, so I have to deduce the contradiction and the correct, oh boy, and the correct bullet to shoot. Okay. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge, and that would be a problem. You can press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. Okay, I'll use that. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well, that's not fair. The tutorial court case is gonna set it to the hardest difficulty? Well, then good luck and have fun. I fail to see how I'm going to, but okay, sure. Okay, the sword sheath, the knife set, the sword. Okay, it's either the sheath or the sword.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden in her leg. But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Okay, I know exactly what I gotta do. It's obviously on Hiro's thing, because it was shaking really violently and compared to all the other ones, nothing happened. Okay, so, and the statement was a sword-based sneak attack. So I need an item that proves... I need the item that proves that it wasn't the first weapon used, which would be the sword sheath, because it has scratches on it. Right, how a certain part of the sword got damaged. Booyah, okay.
When the fighting broke out,
Replica sword sheath. Gotcha, let's do this!
the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Lies and slander!
No, that's wrong.
Get that weak mess out of here!
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Let me lay down some knowledge on y'all.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
I mean, I can't see it, but I'll take your word for it.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Booyah!
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
Man, this is not hard to follow.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
I mean, unless it was there already.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Well, I guess unless you had no idea how to sheath, which would imply you have absolutely no idea how swords work.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
Booyah!
In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Which was Sayaka. Dang!
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere, then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too.
Gonna have to say no.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
Ah! You can tell because there's no gold on her hands!
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Stop trying to make it seem like you're not the culprit.
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Her clean hands! The part of her body that shows that she never used the sword. If you wanted to use the sword, which part of your... you use it? Her freaking palms! Her broken wrist. Yeah, that works too.
Talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
I mean, if just getting thwacked on the wrist with it left some of it, yeah, holding it, definitely.
How can you know that just by looking at her palm?
Woman, have you not been following the entire conversation?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it.
Try to keep up, lady.
In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
I mean, unless she was wearing gloves, but she died and she's now wearing gloves, so yeah.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
So you're saying her first impulse after getting her wrist broken and hiding into the bathroom to make sure she didn't get killed was to wash her hands?
Sorry, but I don't think so.
How the hell would that eat? I got some whack priorities.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, but it doesn't help.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because certain regulation that talks about what... I mean, that's the reasoning we're using? Yeah, the water was off, but also, why would she? She had a broken hand.
I got it.
Like, my hand's broken, better wash it. Like, what?
Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower yet.
Wait, what? Haven't we been here for like a week?
You're no different. You smell like a big, fat, ugly donkey.
And yep, she just keeps on going, alright.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Insult.
Insult, obviously.
Man, those two are weird.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
Stands to reason, yeah.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Come on, catch up to me here. Oh my goodness gracious. Gotta walk you through it.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Yep.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
I mean, that would make the most sense, yes.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
There we go. We're making some progress.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
In fact, it's her fault the whole thing even happened. Didn't invite anybody over and didn't try to kill him. They wouldn't have killed her back.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Hot diggity.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
As a cover-up. Holy crap, she really was trying to frame him. That's messed up.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
I mean, I doubt he's going to accept that, but it definitely sounds like it.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
I mean, you were the only person who'd be willing to switch rooms with her, so I mean, yeah. Yeah, I guess she did know all this. This could have been a much quicker case, lady.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto.
Right.
But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
Dang, that's actually a pretty good plan. And the only person who'd be able to refute that would be Makoto. And, I mean, seeing as how everybody was already all up on him about this whole thing in the first place, it would be even harder to have pinned the crime. It would have been harder to deflect the crime off of him if the plan had gone the way it would. I mean, Sayaka could have just not told the truth, and he'd be freaking out over it and everything. So, yeah, actually, hell, if her plan actually worked, I might have had a whole lot harder time doing this.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
Well, yeah, but who would they believe?
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
Also true.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Taken advantage of. Damn. Well, that's gotta hurt.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Stop with the face.
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Sure seems that way, yeah.
Holy shit!
Kinda caught off guard by that.
But in the end, her plan backfired.
Apparently.
She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Damn!
Just hold on! That can't be true!
And yet it is!
Because...
Reasons that you can't think of.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument.
Have we?
You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it.
You really are encouraging impulsive behavior. You want us to get this wrong.
Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Yep, that's definitely what's going on here. You want us to screw up.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Right, but if it wasn't Makoto, we need to start shifting the blame onto somebody who actually did do it. So can I get a finger point up in here?
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Really, yeah, I mean, as hard as it is, and Lord knows I would have had a hard time dealing with it, so I'm not going to, like, harshly criticize Makoto in the way he's thinking right now. I mean, nobody would want to accept this, but you are working on a time-sensitive thing here. Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Well, except for those things, you know. Okay, you know what, whatever. Make your arguments. All right, what do I got? What do we got here? The dying message. Thank you! We finally gonna figure that out?
Hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No! Shut your stupid face!
No, that's wrong.
The fact that she wrote your name, although we're stuck thinking it's numbers.
Might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
Yes, the dying message.
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember?
Even though you wouldn't have any way of knowing that?
11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Lord, flip it upside down, finish the N, and you got the name. This is... Seriously, Phoenix Wright himself would think this was too obvious.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yeah. There's no question that it was her who did it because you can check her finger.
Her left index finger had blood on it.
Right, so even if the killer was trying to frame somebody else, I mean, naturally you'd just assume she was right-handed, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm almost like 95% sure that more often than not people are right-handed. Yeah, that makes sense.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Because her right hand was too broken to work.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
Solid, bulletproof logic. Granted, Makoto came to the exact same conclusion, and it's just as stupid then. But still, bulletproof.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
You really do know everything. Why you gotta make things move so slowly?
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Thank you.
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but...
It isn't.
Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Oh my god, we're finally getting there.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
I'm impressed too. Good job.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Oh my actual god. Come on. This is stupidly obvious! How do you not know?
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Oh, thank God. You're just, it's like, all right, this is getting really stupid. I've been trying to subtly do this, but no, let's just flip the dang thing. Thank you. Rotate it. I think maybe I see something. Thank you.
Oh my God. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
And I mean, it's 4 letters. I think there's only one person in this entire area. Like, out of all of us, there's only one person with a 4-letter name.
You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
Yeah, because it was so blatantly obvious.
So, whose name did she write?
Why are you all so stupid? Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's name. If you turn it 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. So let me just, okay, select someone. It was clearly you. No, wait. I should really be able to select Monokuma there, but no. Thank you.
Here's my answer.
Holy hell. Finally.
Solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
Don't pretend that was your idea.
If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
Boo, ya, shaka, laka.
L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
Kowalski!
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
Yes, it was the other Leon who did it.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Yep, that's definitely the case.
No, it's not random at all.
Oh, are we finally taking the kid gloves off and actually going to start pointing fingers? Okay, thank you. Now I can start pointing out all the baseball stuff.
She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped.
Booyah!
Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
I mean, unless you made a conscious effort to make sure that it wasn't inverted, but she was kind of dying at the time, so I can give her a pass.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
Yeah, you would.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
I'm not. I have proof.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Yeah!
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I'm not entirely sure how his shirt got bloody, but yeah, I got you. I can pick it up from here. Leon tried to get rid of. It's the thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator. So there it is. Ta-ta! Make sense of this.
The burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
I don't know why I didn't think of it being her blood. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Also, again, why is the blood pink? I honestly do not understand. That is a weird design choice.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Look like you're sweating bullets there, mister. Mm-hmm.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
It's better than everything else we've had up to this point.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
So you want me to talk about the epic baseball ability? Yeah, okay, sure, I'll bring it up. Let's do this crazy dance. I'm game.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine.
Uh-huh. Is that so?
With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
No, but the connecting evidence certainly helps point a picture.
You're right.
Paint a picture.
That
English
alone
good.
isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Woman, I understood this before we even got in the elevator.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible, when it was disposed of, where it was disposed of. How? Like, the trash room, because nobody would have been able to get through. where it was destroyed. You're talking about the trash room incinerator, right? How's that supposed to make anything clear? Okay, I guess that wasn't it. The burnt remains of the button up shirt was okay. Then I guess, okay, I guess then it was how? Okay, I'm confused. Whatever.
Closely at how the shirt was disposed of. We should be able to figure out who the killer is.
I'm getting my terminologies crossed. Point is, I got it anyway. It's all good.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either.
Unless you hucked a glass ball at it.
You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Nope.
Interesting.
There we go. Slow on the uptake. No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty, and that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. Oh my goodness, let me just throw the crystal ball chunks at him. Explain this, you nerd! Okay, shattered crystal ball, let's do this dance.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
Nah!
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
True enough.
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to just...
No! Lies! No. Slander! Slanderous lies! I slammed my hands onto my chair at you!
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Look, either he threw it like a baseball, or it turns out Mr. Fantastic is in here and he's a little unhinged.
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
By chucking it really hard. The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was to throw it divine with it. Woo!
Simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate.
They were big enough for that.
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Flashback. Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm certain it was off last time I was down there. Perhaps it was a fairy. Oh my god, Leon is a fairy. A fairy godparent? That would explain a lot.
Hifumi had the key.
Magic.
So the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Huzzah!
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire.
Yeah, he couldn't find a second conveniently baseball-shaped object to turn it off with.
If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Yeah, he probably would have actually cleaned up the crystal ball.
Wait, no, just hold on.
No.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
Well, that's a really impressive eyeballing estimate, considering you were never in the room, but okay, yeah, I mean, that's true.
The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small.
It was actually pretty big, but yeah, point still made.
Could someone really do that?
The baseball man could.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
That wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because he is the ultimate fact creator! No, he's baseball. Shove that all up in there.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
We're really starting to get into there. Leon!
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
I don't hear you refuting it.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
Although, man, if you missed, that would have been really bad for you.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer!
Or are you?
These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
Okay.
And with that, we can end this.
Okay.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Well, we mean we're going to end it and convict you.
Say what you want, Leon, but all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed.
Like, I'm sorry about all this, and I don't... If we were all not in a, you know, life or death situation, I imagine you probably wouldn't have gone through with what you did, but it doesn't stop the fact that you did what you did, and I gotta point it out, otherwise everyone's gonna die. I'd rather nobody die, but I don't really have a choice in the matter.
Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Okay, sure, what's up? Every class has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. A comic book? Wait, what? However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Of course, okay. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Oh, we doing this? Yeah, okay, we're doing this in manga style. We're going right to left. Right, okay. Okay, so that means this happens before the door is even opened. Okay. Hold the ball, drop the knife, hold the sword, dying message. Ah! There we go. Just outside the room. Like this. I guess I don't know if that's right until we do it. Okay, well anyway. Okay, so does that. Da-da-da. He's got the knife. He's like, hey, what's going on over there? He's like, I'm really upset with you. Okay, tries to stab. And they obviously don't succeed. Oh, okay. Stab, miss. And then he's like looking over. He's like, I found the thing. And then she goes for another stab. And that would be where... I thought I saw... Ah, there it is. Locked. Yep, and now he's holding it. Man, that is a really disturbing image. And then kathwack. Alright. And then the knife is dropped. But I think that's already there. Like, you can see it right there. In fact, I think... Yeah, that's like an exact copy. Let's see. Brandishing the sword menacingly, maybe? Okay, bust into the bathroom. Can't do nothing, can't do nothing. He's opening it up, nothing happening. He's like, oh, dang. Stuff's looking pretty bad. Alright, let's see. What would be next, then? Hang on, let me check out the other one. Oh, okay, so that's... he's already in, so this would have to be a picture of them getting in. I guess the screwdriver. That'll do. Okay. And then they're in, got the knife. There's blood coming out, so I'm guessing that would probably be the... I guess the dying message? Would that possibly be it? Hang on. Gotta make sure. Okay, so all I have is a lint roller, throwing the shirt, the ball, knife drop. Yep, this is the only thing that it could be. Okay. Most thoroughly dead. Man, that is a really disturbing picture right there. Oh, dear. Okay. And then... where? Yeah, oh, there we go. Grab the lint roller! He cleans up the scene. Very forward-thinking of someone who just committed a murder. It's like, oh man, I gotta clean up the hair! Okay. Oh, and then... pick up the ball, chuck the ball. I'm not sure... Maybe... I'm not sure why he went to the laundry room and got the ball unless he had it already. In which case, why'd he take it? I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way, you chuck the ball, and then it burns, but it leaves a piece! Like this! That's good?
Here's exactly what happened.
We do it right?
I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room.
I gotta be honest, I'm liking the presentation of this.
From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Neat! I mean, tragic and horrible, but neat!
They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back.
Huh. Upon retrospect, I guess... No, I mean, Leon's pretty stringy. I doubt he'd actually be able to overpower her naturally. So really, the fact that she's the one that told me to keep that dang sword is probably what was her ultimate undoing. That's unfortunate.
During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Ow.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it.
That is a really bizarre... I mean, I'm cool with it. It makes sense. You just... Man, that's really convenient. Like, yes, this is the one door that was broken.
Sayaka knew about that because I told her. But of course, the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka.
Ow. And then the pink stuff.
But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her.
You know, if the game didn't want it to be so freakishly obvious, you could have maybe had Sayaka not write the entire name. Maybe just like 1 or 2 letters.
And with that, all her strength was gone.
That face is legitimately very upsetting to look at.
With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
Just got done killing, better take my shirt off.
Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
And how'd that work out for you, buddy?
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room.
I'm all for automatopoeia, but what exactly does "za" imply?
The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch.
Upon retrospective, those are actually really small holes in the gate. So, hey, I'll give you kudos on one thing. You really are good at throwing baseballs.
For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator.
Which again, is a really good shot.
Which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed.
Well, that's just unlucky, is what that is.
Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
My God, this is cool.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right?
Oh, okay, well yeah, that makes sense. I was confused about that.
Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
Honestly, I think you really should have just gone with trying to wash it.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
I mean, I imagine probably all of it.
Do I object? Hell yes, I object. Of course I do. I object, I object, I object. I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence?
I mean, wasn't all of the things I just did... Wasn't everything I just did evidence?
Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Yeah, okay, whatever, Tommy Wiseau.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it.
I did not hit her. I did not.
Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
I am? I have the evidence. Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? I guess. Whoa, what the hell? Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle, aka the BTB BTW. Haha, very clever. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Okay. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Press the right mouse button to lock on to an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Okay, so lock on and shoot in tune with the rhythm? That seems absurdly complicated. Okay. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Okay. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep messing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Okay. Oh, right, the toolkit! Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At this point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bolt like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious! But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well, then good luck and have fun. I feel as if...
When the killer
I mean, okay, sure.
from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Alright, just like I said, all we had to do was look for the person who had used their toolkit.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Ah, I see you're going with the 5-year-old argument. A daring strategy, but I think I have a counter.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I see your point, but I have a counter one. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. It's the toolkit, but I guess that doesn't really matter. Alright. Alright. Let's see if I can do this then.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
I think I'm doing it.
It wasn't me. Stupid.
Wow, this is fast. Okay.
Stop talking.
Boom, bow, boom,
Shut
bow,
up.
boom,
Where's
bow,
your proof?
boom, bow, bow, bow.
You kidding me?
Gotta ignore
Not
everything
a
else. Gotta focus.
You lie. Shut up.
Oh, man.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
Okay, this is really fast.
It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie.
Okay, I did it. Final strike.
Where's your
Toolkit.
proof?
Show! Woohoo! Alright, well that was more than a little stressful. Ow. My wrist.
Screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
A screwdriver, perhaps.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
No, honestly, I was thinking more of an Allen wrench, but you know that your idea's better.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
That must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
That we're aware of, at least.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
So they didn't even bother trying to get it.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Probably the one that, the only one he would have had access to.
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
My goodness, you have good points.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then The screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
At least opened.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Whoa.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
That was intense. I think we broke him. Yay! I'll assume that's good. Whoa, that's a lot of medals. Cool.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice, or the dreadfully wrong one?
Man, if it turns out we picked the wrong one, I'm gonna feel really silly.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Wow. Classy. Oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata. Oh boy.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
I don't think there's really anything left to hold on to. Leon? Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
You didn't? It was kill or be killed. Well, then why did you go through all the trouble of breaking the door down?
So, that's why...
No, I don't think that works.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna... No, I mean, whoa, hang on, whoa. 100%. I mean, You have... That's a legitimate point, okay? Most people, probably, but still. You did have to go through a lot of effort to actually kill her. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all.
I mean... Honestly, yeah. I still don't know why Sayaka gave the note to you.
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? I mean, I guess I can't really accept that sort of thing, no. Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then the truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. Oh, make absolutely no mistake whatsoever. Whoa, hang on. Whoa, whoa. Stop, time out. T-pose. Before we even go a second further, I would just like to point out right here, right now. Okay? Are you listening to me right now? Okay. What Sayaka was attempting to do, and what Leon accomplished, are without question, with no hesitation, terrible, awful things. Okay? Let's just get that right out there. What they were doing, bad. Really, really, really bad. But none of this would have ever happened in the slightest. Nobody would have ever tried to hurt anybody if it wasn't for that bear. So while what they did was horrible. I don't blame them. I blame him. I want to make that absolutely clear. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and that video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Yeah. Probably waiting for me.
Why?
Yeah. Definitely caused some problems there. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To see something like that happen to them? I mean, again, like I said earlier, it's like, we all like to think that we know exactly what we do in this type of situation, but I don't know if you really can say it or not. Like, you have to actually be in the position. The right things were said, the right things were shown. She just kind of broke. Did whatever it took to reach that dream and mean it, even some things that weren't so pleasant. Yeah. I'll just assume that it never got to this level. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
no matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
yeah, sounded suspicious. She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must be terrifying, huh? You mean to try and kill someone just because of those relationships? So nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she descended into pure madness. Yeah, because of you! Anybody could go insane if you abuse them enough. Stop screwing with us! This is all your fault! Sayaka being forced to do something like that? All of it, everything! It's all your fault! Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. All attacking Monokuma will accomplish is getting yourself killed, and... well, then who would avenge anybody at that point? Damn it. God, I hate you! Stop talking!
Yes, indeed.
Since you magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kuwata will receive his punishment. Do we have to... we don't have to watch, do we?
Punishment? You mean... execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your room, then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing. And again, I'm not defending the action itself. What Leon did was awful. It's just... I don't think he would have ever done anything like this had the situation not been so dire. But you chose not to. It is not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder.
So...
no, that's not... Stop it. I've had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Alright, Makoto, you're on my side, buddy. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him. Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind. You awaken your sense of justice. Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetrate war all over the world. Is that kind of justice that's awakened within you? Shut up! Okay, well, anyway, more importantly...
Chills! Kills!
let's hurry up and get to what everyone's waiting for, the punishment.
Big
I don't like where this is going, guys.
Stop, please!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Oh, no.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
No!
Oh, Lord, it has a cutscene. Oh. I don't like where this is going. I don't like this. Oh, I really don't like this. I don't know. The hell? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't look at this. Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess we have to keep going then. It's the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Okay. Stop talking. I'm not gonna listen to anything you have to say.
I can't take it.
We don't have to, but something tells me that we are going to.
Well?
At this point, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say... Man, I don't even know anymore. Every single one of you can get on board with that. And why do I get the overwhelming sensation that somebody else is gonna try something? Stop laughing, I don't want to hear it.
Damn you!
What the heck?
You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful, secret society type of guy. That's because you are!
Say what?
Well,
I don't...
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. So basically, the ultimate point you're trying to make here right now is the fact that there is absolutely no justifiable reason for your actions. You're just a sick, twisted monster who gets this for... just does all this for kicks. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. No, no, no. He's trying to deflect this. Can't free from the outside world being trapped in this inside place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. Somehow I doubt that. Isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever? No, still gonna say no. What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before. everyone is waiting for? Wait!
Hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Uh-huh, of course. No, not listening to the laugh. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
just a second.
Koda, can I talk to you for a second? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure. It's almost ironic when you think about it. Yeah, thanks, Alanis. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends Sayaka and Leon and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? That's... I could never do that. No. I'm gonna carry them with me for the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with him on that. Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. I need to go sit down.